Hi guys, it's Angie with Herbally Hip Tarot. Okay, you guys, I've been thinking about some things and I got some questions. I always have questions. Today, let me see, I wrote down some questions about this election. I wanted to look at Kamala's energy, Biden's energy, JD Vance's energy, and Trump's energy. And I may just do Kamala and Biden's in this video and then save JD and Trump for the next one. Let me just see how far I get. Another question I have about is, this is breaking news. Why did Gates step down from being AG? I mean, I can think I know why, but I just want to see if there's anything else with that. So, another question I have that I want to ask, will Trump go to prison? So, I got a lot of questions. I got way more than that. So, but I want to start out with what Kamala's energy is, okay? What is her energy? Oh, and also I am using, what cards am I using? I'm using the Gypsy Oracle cards, these. Okay. So, I like to, let me just scoot my chair over a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, I like to, before we get started, I like to shuffle my cards 7 times. So let me ask Spirit, what is Kamala's energy? Spirit, what is Kamala's energy? What is she thinking about? What is she working on? We know all she's working on is this investigation. 3. 4. Just a second. 5. 2 more. So Spirit, what is Kamala? Where's her mindset at right now? Where is she with the investigation? What does she think about the investigation? The whole enchilada. Okay. All right, so we got our cards 7 times. Now let me cut them 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I always like to, before I spread my cards out, I like to always look at look at the bottom card. So what is the bottom card? Journey. That's a good one, because she is on a journey from hell. All right, so I like to do 3 cards and just pull out 3 cards first right in front of me, and I will, there we go. So in order of me picking them, here we go. Consolation. And I got this on my last reading about what question was it? I think it was election interference. No, it was about, will Kamala be president of the United States? That was in my last video. So constellation came up again. And constellation is like, you get the consolation prize. Like something happened, like that person cheated or did something wrong, so you ended up winning. So there we go with that one. That's a good card. And I got that the last one, if Kamala will be president. Misfortune. Now, let me show you the card. Misfortune. Look at everything falling down. Everything's burning up and people falling out of the buildings. And I think this is representing Trump's misfortune. And, you know, this could be Kamala, how she's feeling like she's had this misfortune, having this election stolen from her. But also, I'm taking it more that that's her with the water hose. That's how I'm taking this. That's her with the water hose. And she's spraying out that fire, which is Trump and all his accolades. And it's just burning up their whole presidency, and they're falling out windows. Okay. Next. Oh my God, this is crazy. Enemy. Yeah. She's fighting the enemy, which is Trump and all of his minions. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. She's feeling this. I got the service card. She's feeling of service, doing her due diligence. All of them are. Biden, everybody, FBI, CIA, AG, everybody doing their service for the country, for the world, really. Soldier. That's kind of energy. She has that soldier energy. She's fighting. I like seeing that. It's the first time I've gotten that card on her. This is the second time I've gotten this card, Lord. Yeah, let me look up what's a Lord, because I'm obviously not, that's not coming to me. Just like I'm going to ask my Alexa what Lord is. Just a second. Okay, so a Lord is like, I should have known this. I think I did, but it didn't come to me. They're the person that's in charge, okay? They're the master, they're the person in charge, they're the manager. So this is her. She sees her. She's going to be the person in charge, okay? So that's her energy. This is an important card. I should have looked that up when I said, is she going to be president of the United States? This came up. So she's feeling like she's in charge. Or in the one, will she become president? Yeah, she's the Lord. She's in charge. Love that. And also, when I just looked it up in the Alexa, it said that they're in control of themselves, like their emotions. They're in control of themselves. As anybody who's in charge is, okay? They don't just spaz off and make irrational decisions. All right, 3 more cards. And then we're going to stop after these 3 cards because it's been answered to me how she's feeling, and it's great. Widower. I've gotten this with her before. And like I said, not that she's going to be a widow, but what I think is that she is, this is how she feels about Trump, that he's about to be a widow. Like his presidency is dying. So not like he lost his wife, but he lost his presidency. So he's a widow because he lost his presidency. And this happened, card came up when I asked if she was going to be president of the United States. And when I did, you can do, that reading is in the video above this. So go check out that video. What is this? Sweetheart. I don't know if it was my reading or someone else's reading. I've read so much, and then I've listened to some people's reading. So I think no, it wasn't a reader. It was somebody who's I almost said a psychopath. A psychic. And he said that right after she lost, she had that brave face, but right after she lost, she just crumbled over and just cried in her husband's lap because she was so saddened by all of this. She couldn't believe it. It was so sad. So, this may represent her husband, the support she gets from him. He is a awesome, awesome husband, awesome human being. To be able to, a lot of men couldn't do that, have their wife be so much more powerful than they are as far as position. And he's fine with it. He holds her up on a pedestal like, this is my queen. I adore him. Sorrow. Isn't this weird? It's right next to this card first and this card second. Sorrow. Remember I just showed you that story of what the psychic said? That he saw her crying in her husband's arms. So, but she's out of that now. That this is what she had been feeling. And she probably still feels some sorrow, And I'm sure she still has the support of her husband. So, that's Kamala, okay? And we have the journey card. She's on a journey. A journey. She's on a journey. Okay, let's do these 7 times too. Let's shuffle these cards. 3 or 2, 3, 4, 5, Two more. And the next question we're going to ask is, Spirit, what is Biden's energy? 6. What is Biden's energy over this whole debacle? Over this election interference, election stealing. Okay, we're going to cut it 3 times. All right, let's see what's on the bottom. Foe is on the bottom. And that just represents this fake election. The fake results, not the election, but the results. Okay? That's starting out real good right there. All right, so let me lay out my 3 cards like I always do. Okay. Friend. When I see this card, this reminds me that isn't Joe Biden, he is that friend. He's a friend to the United States. He feels this is the relationship he feels to everyone in the United States, the world, okay? This is his heart. His heart, he feels like whenever you see him out and he's talking to people, he always makes you feel like you're the only person in the world he's talking to. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's about. Servant. Perfect. He looks at himself as being a servant to the United States, to the people, servant to the world. He's always of service. Opposite of Trump. He's of service to himself. Conversation. Okay. Right now, there's a lot of conversations, information being given to him. He's in conversation with a lot of people. I'm sure his door is just a in and out, in and out, in and out with, okay, this is what we got next. This is the information we got next on this fool, okay? And if it's Trump, you know, there's a lot of information, okay? I never seen somebody involved in so much controversy in my life. I never seen anybody that can fill news stations like he does. Oh, good cards. Misfortune. Again, the same one that Kamala got. That's Biden, and that fire he is putting that fire out, and he's got people. He's got Trump and the rest of his crew falling out windows. This is his presidency up in fire, and Biden's putting it out. The whole presidency. Okay, Kamala got the same one. Scholar. I'm sure he feels that he's a scholar because he has a lot of experience, you guys. Not in election interference, but how to conduct all this. If there could be probably no better person than for this to have happened to him, because he has to be one of the most experienced politicians. One of the most experienced. So if there's anybody that could handle this whole thing, get all this information together, all these people together, and come up with a plan of action of how to get all the information and then expose Trump for what he did, that's him. And this is what he's looking at for Trump. Prison. And that's a question I'm going to ask. Is he going to end up in prison? All right, let's do 3 more cards, because this pretty much, everything's been pretty much answered. We know how he is. So he's fighting. He's collecting information. He's fighting. He wants to take this whole farce of a presidency out. Like you take out a fire. Old woman. You know what? I gotten this card a lot in a lot of different readings, and it doesn't always make sense. I'm like, what's with this old woman? But who is his first wife? Ivanka? Is that his first wife? Anyway, you guys all know his first wife. Well, his first wife don't like him. And he didn't treat her well. Who does he treat well? But she didn't like him. And I've heard about her and other readings have come up. So this may be her spiritually giving her support to this whole investigation. That's what this old woman is, in my opinion. Okay. Consolation. Same thing as Kamala. Same thing Kamala got when I asked about her, how she's feeling about everything and what she's doing about this. And they're getting the consolation prize. Somebody is looking at a basketball game, they cheated, or in a boxing match, they did something, punched him in the face when the round was over, knocked his teeth out, so he automatically lost, okay? And they got the prize. They got the consolation prize. So the consolation prize in this would be the presidency. And soldier. He's marching on like a soldier right through this whole thing. This is bravery. This is behaving with that soldier energy where he's going to get him, okay? Going to get Trump and all his minions the hell out of the White House because they didn't earn it. So, we got that. Okay. Let me just mark these off so I know that I've done these. So we did Kamala's energy, Biden's energy. Now, I want to do, what are we at, 16 minutes? You know what? We're going to end that one right there. I feel like we should do one more. All right, let's do this. Let's do JD Vance's energy. We'll do one more. And then the one about Trump's energy and will Trump go to prison? I'm going to do those two together in another video, okay? That would be a good little bundle. You guys, I don't think any of this is funny at all. I'm just laughing so I don't cry, okay? Because I cried like a baby when she lost. So, I went through 5 stages of grief. So, three, 4, 5. We got 2 more. And the question is, Spirit. Well, what is JD Vance's energy? I've done a reading on him before. But people's energy changes all the time. They have free will. So you may read on them one day and things have completely changed. So I'm keeping track of all my questions. And I'll re-ask them every 3 or 4 days, maybe next week. Because things change and they do have free will. So, did I cut the cards? Yeah. All right. So what's on the bottom? Ooh. Death. Now, the death card, that's a rough card there. I mean, it could mean possibly he could pass away. I don't know. But also, I don't feel that he's going to pass away. I feel that death card is the death of his vice presidency. He wanted to be vice president. Okay? And I'm sure he was like, this old man Trump may not live, so I'll get to be the president. So, he's seeing that death of him being vice president. That's what I get. I don't get that he's going to die. Just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. My nose was running. Okay, so I'm going to lay out 3 cards. I think I got this card on JD Vance before when I read about this. Okay, fortune card. But look what the fortune's doing. It's not like the fortune's being thrown up in the air like, woohoo! It's falling. That's how I read this card with him. His fortune is falling away. There was a guy, and I don't know his name, he got arrested. And the FBI went in, the Department of Defense went in, and the Department of Defense actually handles election fraud, which I had no idea. And somebody else went in there. Anyway, he got his phones taken away, his computers, a bunch of other stuff. And he was running a online betting. And he basically had bet that his bet was that Trump would win, okay? And there was there was a lot of money that if Trump won. So I could see JD Vance, Trump, and all them betting on that Trump will win it because they knew because of those Starlink and a bunch of other stuff that happened. So I think that's what that represents. Constancy. Okay, constancy, I wrote down what it means because I don't use that word very often. Unchanged purpose, love, loyalty, firmness of mind. You know what? Because I don't think that he's that loyal to Trump. I don't see that. But I do see unchanged purpose, love, loyalty, of firmness of mind. This is what he feels about his family. Because the last reading I did, he seemed like he was going to be a whistleblower. Because he could see this just as a disaster and them getting busted. And he ain't always going to lose his family and his wife and his kids. So let's go into further reading and we'll see if that comes up again. And again, this is service. And I don't think this is a service to Trump because I don't think he likes him. Well, remember he said he was the United States Hitler. Remember this a couple years ago, and now he wants to be his vice president. It makes no sense. But so I don't think this is him being of service to him. I think this is being of service to his family. That's how I'm reading it. Next three. Yeah. This is the White House, and look how dark it is where you enter. No entry. No entree for you. No entree. See how the dark that door is? That door is? That's how I'm reading it. Now, I don't know what he has to be cheerful about. We're going to read further, but I feel that he's being questioned by the investigators, and he don't want to go to jail. He don't want to have to go to jail, leave his wife and his kids. So maybe he feels cheerful that he turned Trump in, because I feel like he's going to be one of the whistleblowers. That's my thing. That's my feeling. I've been feeling that and thinking that for a while. That's why I did my last, I pulled cards on him a few days ago. I feel like he's one of the whistleblowers. Plus, Trump treats him like crap. He used him for what he needed him for, and now he wants to throw him away. He chose JD Vance because the guy who got JD Vance into his Senate position has a lot of money. So he put money into this campaign also. So that's what he needed JD Vance for. And he's kind of looks a little bit more cleaned up and conservative and more well spoken. So whoever like that can maybe go with Trump. So, but he treats him like crap now that he don't need him anymore. Melancholy. Oh, I'm sure he's also feeling sad at the same time. I think he feels this is a card of maybe relief if he's one of the whistleblowers, like, yay, I'm not going to prison. But he is sad because he didn't get the vice presidency. He didn't get into that White House. And this is the same thing that I got last time on him. Same thing. This is strange. Okay, the next card is Priest. And Despair. I'm not getting anything from this Priest card, but this Despair card, I don't think he's going to kill himself. I mean, anything can happen, but I don't think that's what it is. But Despair, I think what it is that he feels despair. He just feels despair. I think he's over his head. He knew what he was getting into, but he didn't know what he was getting into. And he feels despair. Melancholy. Despair and melancholy because he didn't get into the White House. He's in the middle of this crap, of this election steal. And, yeah. You know, it feels like he needs a priest. He needs a savior. That's what I'm going to say about this, because I'm not exactly sure, but that's what I'm getting from that. Last card, size. See? I think he's a whistleblower, and I think it's a relief that he's a whistleblower. I want to pick out a couple more cards on him. The word thought. I'm sure he's put a lot of thought, a lot of planning, a lot of thinking into this debauchery. Okay. Consolation card. And that's like you're the consolation winner, you know, like if something happens. So maybe the consolation, I think this is still pointing towards him. His consolation is if he turns Trump in, his consolation is he doesn't go to prison. That's what I'm seeing on him. We're going to leave that right there. So this is what I still got this. I got this whole, excuse me, my nose is running. The whole same message last time that it looked like he's a whistleblower. He is sad he's not going to be the vice president or be in the White House. He does feel a lot of despair, a lot of sadness about it. But it is a sigh of relief that he's turned this fool in and that he's not going to go to prison. And his consolation, his prize, is that he doesn't go to prison and he gets to keep his family. So, that is what I got. And I got the same reading last time that I did a reading on him. So, because it came to me that I bet you that J.D. Vance is going to be one of the whistleblowers. And so I did a card reading right away. And I got pretty much the same thing. And plus it came to me. J.D. Vance, I bet you he's one of the whistleblowers. That's probably why he's so quiet. Trump's ignoring him anyway, so it's like the perfect mask for him to be able to hide behind that. He don't want to deal with him anyway if he just turned him in. So look at all those little light coming through my window. Isn't that funny? Anyway, all right, so we're gonna leave that right here. In the description box. Oh, and I didn't say this. This is the most important thing about this whole thing. I should have said this. This is for entertainment purposes. It's also in my description also. So that's just protection for all of us who read cards. But yes, this is for entertainment purposes only, and it's also in my description. Oh, and real quick too, if you're into crafting, arting, Dollar Tree hauls, anything like that, I have another channel, and there's a description in the description box. So if you'd like to check out my other channel, you can check that out. Okay. The other thing I want to tell you is, if you have any questions that you want me to pull cards on, leave them in the description below, and I will put them on my list, and I will do some readings on you guys' questions. I just started this channel. I have another channel, and I have I've had that channel for 12, 13 years, something like that. This channel, I've had it, I just never put videos on it. So this is a newer channel, as you guys can see. So I haven't got a lot of negative people yet. But if you want to be negative, if you want to say mean, negative things, I'll just block you. So take it off and block you. So if you have something to say that you don't agree with me, just be respectful. You can say it. Just be respectful. Okay? Okay, but if you do have a question that you want me to do a card reading on, just leave it below, and I'll put it on my list of card readings to do. All right, you guys, that's it for this one. Talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.